guys, Felicity here from Felicity Cross Stitches. I'm here again today. It's been around 2 months since my last video, and I just haven't been into a regular filming schedule, so hopefully again I'm going to try again soon, but back to be here with today. Thank you to everyone who is returning a subscriber today and has always been following me with all my videos, and welcome to anyone who's new, who's been able to come and check out my channel for the first time. So love to know, love to get to know you, and I'm really trying to make sure that I am getting better with answering all of your comments, and I love to hear from you all the time. So for me at the moment, we're just heading into our last week of school again. It always seems to happen at the end of the term. So this is term 3 for us. We're about to go as of Monday onto 2 weeks break. Cannot wait. It's been a very long term. Here I'm based in South Australia, so here in South Australia we've actually haven't done any online learning at all, so we've all just been face-to-face regular schooling. Numbers have been fine, and yeah, just regular schooling life. So we can't really do performances, and we do have parent-teacher interviews tomorrow, but instead of people being face-to-face, we're actually doing them all by phone calls. So since then, last video of my actual update, we went to Goolwa for a week, which was really nice just to chill out and relax. It's down about an hour south by the beach, and we had so much fun just going on walks and doing a couple of day trips into some wineries and to other different places around the area. Caught up with my aunt and uncle because they now live down there too, so that was really good. Then the second week when we came back from Goolwa, we had Frogwatch. So it's been quite a long time since I've recently filmed a video. So my last update was about the 28th of June, and that was just a regular update, but I have actually uploaded the previous video to this one, was an unboxing of my Frogwatch box that we got from the retreat in the box that was sent out by the Black Needle Society. So Chloe and I did a collab video that I should have linked here, that showed everything that was in the Frogwatch box. Fun fact is that I actually received my box for the Frogwatch. However, Chloe's box kind of went on a bit of an adventure. It went everywhere around and didn't arrive for about 3 weeks afterwards. So I kept my box there, didn't open it until we both had boxes together, and we did it together via Zoom. So if you want to check that out here. Hope you enjoyed that. I will be quite often mentioning the retreat throughout this video. Might show still a couple of things that were in the box. But yeah, so there'll be mentions to all sorts of things in here. But let's get started. So first thing I'm going to go back to is saying back into July. So from Frogwatch, we were able to get quite a lot of different things. And one of the main things we were given in our box was the pattern. So this is the exclusive pattern that Katie from the Black Needle Society, so Katie and Laura designed. So Katie designed it. I know Lara stitched up the model that has been finished as a drum, and I know that Keisha has also stitched one where it's going to be as a band slamper. Katie is going to be designing one of these for every single year that we're doing Frogwatch, and it's now always going to be a digital retreat. So it's not going to be an in-person one. You can buy the box, and there'll be a retreat happening every year. So this one is this again. At the moment, it's still an exclusive to Frogwatch. However, I know that Katie will be releasing this pattern sometime in January. Alright, so if you missed out, you can go and check out on it then. But we were issued a challenge, and our challenge was to try and finish this pattern before, during the retreat. So we could start it before the retreat, and then we could see if we could finish it. Well, I put my best effort in, and I didn't actually finish it during the retreat because I had a couple of mishaps, and I'll talk about that then. But yeah, so Katie was lovely enough that she sent us out the pattern via PDF. So if we wanted it, we could have given us her email. And then she sent us out our own copy that had our names watermarked on it, as a pattern, so that we could start straight away rather than have to try and squish everything into the retreat time. So from there, of course I started it, so this is kind of like a start, but I also finished it, but I didn't finish it within the tree. So a lot of times through my video today, I'm going to be referring to some fabrics and things that I've got in haul. I just had to start. I remember in my last video I was waiting on a big package of fabric. Well, it arrived the next day after I filmed, so this is actually some fabric from there. Now, this is going to the Year 1 Harry Potter Band Sampler by the Black Needle Society. I started this on the 29th of June, so this year. Just getting it so you can actually see what's going on. And I finished it on the 19th of July, so about 2 days after the end of the retreat. And here is my finish. Light's shining on it. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? So I've done a lot of substitutions in here as well. The fabric for this one is 32 count, and it is iced coffee even weave. And I bought it from Sourdough, Australia. I've done quite a few different colour conversions as well on this, just to try and change things up a little bit. And we were given as much leeway as we would like to change. So just do a nice zoom in. So you've got the words, got Hedwig, the sorting hat, the umbrella, the snitch, Harry's glasses. Ooh, I can't see what I'm doing now. Alohomora, the Philosopher's Stone, Nimbus 2000, chess piece, Fluffy, and then the mirror. The quote at the bottom says, "It does not do well to dream on dreams and forget to live." Alright, so I should have ironed this, but I haven't, but I do have an idea what's going to do. So, can we see this? Now, throughout the pattern, there are these birdie bots that are scattered around, and you can see that mine are in different colours. So, on the pattern here, alright, they're all stitched in a colour called Bethlehem, which is a Wheats Dye Works, and it's all like a purple. Except I decided to use a whole heap of different colours for those. So these are all stitched in a mix of the variegated DMC, some Cosmos threads, as well as some of the variations of DMC. So they're all different colours here. And because we talked so much to Beth from Busy Bee Stitches, I had to put in my own orange bean. And I'll go through some others. So I'll just quickly show you some of the colours I used as well. So there's this one here, which is from a Cosmos. We also, so a lot of these are from Cosmos. So we don't really have a local needlework store, but we do have a couple of patchwork stores, like quilting, and so they have some thread. So I was able to go down to their store and grab some colours. We have a yellow one. I don't think I used this one in the end, but I had planned to. What else? I used purple DMC. This variegated one from DMC. That's the Etoile. This one. Also, hopefully you can see, but throughout the pattern there are certain sections that have a bit of a shimmer on them, and so they're actually called for 2 colours. So if you wanted to do the shimmer, you could. If you didn't, you didn't need to. Now with this, there is a Etoile, so the DMC Etoile thread in different sections. So sorry for that. So for mine, I have the Etoile done for the stars, which are the eyelets. I also have a Etoile of the snitch. You can kind of see that shimmering. The key over here is stitched in a Etoile, and then all around the mirror you can probably see, not just the mirror on the inside but the mirror on the outside, the gold, is all again the Etoile. Then I brought in some of my own actual modifications. So for the back stitching of the potion bottles, as well as on Nimbus 2000, I used one of the Etoile, the medium colour. And I actually changed the colour of the back stitching on the Nimbus 2000 because it wasn't standing out before, so now it is. you probably could also see the wings on the snitch are really, really, really glittery, and so is my mirror. My mirror is very, very glittery. So when I stitched Elsa for Chloe, I was using, instead of using the Kreinik, I decided to use Petite Treasure Braid, and the colour I had was number 10. So it's like this pearl colour. And I have many, many cards left off it over. So I have about 3 cards still left here. So I thought, well, what else would be perfect but to actually put some glitter and some shimmer into this piece. So in the end, I've glimmered up, and this is stitched in Petite Treasure Braid. And I also stitched the mirror in Petite Treasure Braid. But doesn't that look amazing? I need to give it a very slight wash, not a big one. I'm not going to use any detergent, just going to do a very slight wash. And I need to iron it, and it's going to be sent off to a finisher. So I'm hoping to get it finished as a flat fold. I don't trust my skills with that at the moment, but I think this looks absolutely amazing. I do have to say that the one reason I did not finish this during the retreat is that I had a massive mistake happening with Fluffy. When I stitched Fluffy, okay, I had a massive case of the frog. Absolutely massive. Like, he was looking like a demented head. It did not look like Fluffy at all. So what I had to do is I had to rip out everything that I had done on Fluffy. Like, just absolutely everything. And when I did that, because Chloe and I stayed up as much as we could for the retreat. So I think we got in total about 5 hours in total for the whole weekend, if maybe that. When I was ripping out the for Fluffy, I kind of got a hole in my fabric. And everything else over here was stitched. So I didn't really want to restart. So I kind of ripped it out, went around the hole. Then if I hold my fabric up like this, you probably can see I've got a little corner of my fabric cut out. So what I did the next day is when, so I put it down, and what I did the next day is I cut out a little piece of that fabric, and I've kind of put it on the back here. So you hopefully you'll be able to see this. We'll see how we go. So you can see how that's slightly a bit more raised up compared to the other stitches. It's just about here. That's more slightly raised. So what I did, I put that fabric behind it. I kept the, because this is on white on the back side and the colour on the front. Put the colour side towards the front, what we would see. And I did those couple of stitches first. And so thankfully those stitches are actually all in the middle of Fluffy, right on his head here. And then so I did those stitches going through both pieces of fabric. So my fabric where the hole, it was only a tiny hole, but it was enough that it was noticeable. And then I also went through the stitches of the fabric. And then the way I stitched the rest of Fluffy is I just kept going around it so that that piece of fabric is now stitched in. And you can't tell that there's a hole from the front. And you can see, again, it is slightly raised, but it's not really noticeable. So if you do ever get a hole in your fabric and it is somewhere where you have stitching going to be going on, you can actually fix it. And I was actually quite pleased at myself for doing that. It took a while, and that's one reason why I didn't finish this during the retreat. However, I'm so glad to have it done and then to stitch the rest. So again, one last look at my start and my finish within the month of July. I love it. The pattern is easy to read. Her colours are amazing. The colours that we have on the back here, like our floss colours, are always going to be the same colours for basically the whole every 7 years. So we know that we don't really need to go keep buying extra floss, which is good. But I love my modifications. I also did one other change. Let me see if I can get Ron up here on the chest toss. Ron's face was actually charted to be white, like DMC white. I changed that to I think it was like 754 or something, because I couldn't deal with it, so I changed that too. And we've got back stitching. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I really like my stitches on this project. I think they're really neat. I'm really pleased with my project there. Drink time. Oh, yes. Also, so this is another thing I got from the retreat in the box. This is our mug. This artwork is what Katie designed. So we can see we've got the privet drive. We've got Hedwig. Going around, you've got 9 3/4. We have the train, Hogwarts Express. And then we have Hogwarts. So just a quick recap of what was in the box. This is our Frogwarts box. So this is the spoiler card and the artwork. So I do have my Frogwarts shirt on as well today. But isn't that artwork gorgeous? We were had a photo challenge. We did a photo challenge after the retreat once people had their boxes. Out of the, we could have used this particular fabric if we wanted to stitch our piece on. It does fit. This is a 32 count. I think it's a linen. Isn't that cool with the wax on the back? The wax seal. What else did we get? Over here. We were given 2 Norbert Eyes zipper pulls to use. They have a laser printer, I think it is, for for wood. So we have our own little professional thread drop. That's 9 3/4, so like our ticket. And in each box you always get a personalised needle minder. And we have frog cards. So cool. This is one of my favourite new needle minders. Let's put those together. Part of them, they're also now putting in some specialty floss. So again, if you really want to see Chloe and my reactions to this, go back to our recent video. But Colour and Cotton did specially Bertie Bott Beans hand-dyed flosses for us. So we have these ones here. And even different tags on top. Look at the variegation in that one. So this one here is Cherry. This one was Tutti Frutti. We have Blueberry, Bogey, and Alas Ewax. So we have those. Just put them back in the box because I do have a kitten. He still loves to eat floss even if she's nearly a year old. She's asleep at the moment, so we're fine. What else? Oh, then throughout the retreat, there was a whole heap of different drawings happening. So we had bingo, we did stash dives, and oh my god, if you ever do a stash dive with these girls, take a photo of your stitching room before, and then take it afterwards. It's going to be a mess. So I actually was able to win one of the stitching dives, and I feel like I don't have a lot some days, especially when looking into patterns. But they did one about tools, and okay, I have needle minders, I have needles, I have frames, I have snag nabbits. So I actually was able to get 20 out of all the items. Like, I had every single item. I was like, wow. So as a result of winning the stash dive, they had a whole heap of brown paper bags that had different ones, and you could choose, like, okay, I want this one, and then they'd open it for you, especially since we're in Australia. And so out of every single bag, we were given a Hagrid's bookmark, and this one is, his drink is Mango Dragon Fruit Refresher. I love the artwork that Katie does of these. That's so cool. I can't wait to use that as a bookmark. Luckily in mine, I also was given a Skeiner 310, because who doesn't always need a Skeiner 310? And I actually won a $25 gift certificate, US dollar gift certificate to 123 Stitch, which I haven't used yet, but I have plans. And my cart keeps growing and then going away and then growing. So I'll definitely be using that, and thank you for them. Throughout the retreat, we had a whole heap of different competitions and stitching challenges. I think the last day we had 7 stitching challenges in a row, so like 7 straight hours of stitching. And we were all earning house points to then eventually get the house cup. And somehow, I was in the Ravenclaw team because my house is Ravenclaw. We won. So as a part of our gift for winning, we got this lovely, lovely bag. Isn't that gorgeous? Now on this bag we also have a key, what they call zipper pull of, I think that's Hedwig or Errol. It's quite heavy, that is, but it's gorgeous. We've got a tassel. Then on the inside we have this lovely fabric as well. It's so pretty. I love this. It's going to definitely be used to hold different supplies and things like that. But again, just that last little look. Next section we're going into is looking into whips. So I have worked on so I started and then finished the frog whips piece. Then there's a couple of whips I've just worked on within that time. So this first one here is called The Nativity by Country Cottage Needleworks. It is all based on the nativity scene. The saying here says, "For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Saviour, which is Christ the Lord." So this is, I don't normally do a lot of like samples like this, but I saw this and it was really pretty. I did say in my previous video that I wanted to finish it. However, time kind of got past me and I got really obsessed in working on that pattern there, so I finished that instead. Again, keeping all my threads on a floss drop, just finding that easier for this project. This was started on the 19th of December last year, and I aim to have it finished before the 19th of December this year. So this is my nativity, stitched on 32 count Lugana, called Blue Orchid from Colour Cascade. It's a small piece. The design is actually really narrow, so I put it in the middle because the way I did it. And this is where I'm up to. So I'll put in a previous picture in here somewhere as well. Might try if I put this on this side and put inside. So I've finished the top half, and then from what I can remember since I last showed you, I've worked on this band here. So now we have the 3 wise men and the next Saviour is born, and now all I need left to do is the nativity scene down the bottom with Mary and Joseph and Jesus. I really actually enjoy stitching this piece. I find I can complete one of the motifs pretty quickly, just by how it's stitching up. I think this fabric, it's looking really pretty onto this fabric. Yeah, and I loved how these, you can just do one little motif and it will take you like, what, 10-15 minutes depending what it is, if that. So we just got that bottom last one to do, which will be down here, and that won't take me long at all, I don't think. So yeah, really pleased with how I'm going. Again, I had hoped to get this finished, but as I said, I got distracted with working on other things and then doing a whole lot of work. So again, it needs an iron like always, but I like how those colours are popping. I think the sheep are very, very cute, and you've got these different pots of flowers and colours coming in. Yeah, really pleased. Probably, I mean, I'm in a mood to do starting things at the moment, but if I'm just really tired after a day, or I don't want too many colour changes or to think too harshly, I might just bring that out and, or maybe work on it 30 minutes a day or something, just to see if I can get that finished before December. The next whip I've worked on is my Silhouette Lady by Artisy. So this is the cover photo. It's a lady all in one colour with a swirly whirly dress. Great for any type of fabric that's really out there, hand-dyed in your face, and you don't really know what to stitch on it. I'm finding these silhouettes are really great to stitch on, and they're also just a whole heap of fun. So I brought this out only recently. It was only about probably last weekend or the weekend before, because the Black Needle Society reached 1,000 or 1,500 subscribers on Instagram, and then decided to host a free retreat weekend. Unfortunately, the free retreat weekend was on my weekend, where I have so much marking to do because it came into the pointy end for reports, which meant I wasn't able to participate as much as I would have liked. However, I was able to get on for a couple of times, and this is what I stitched on during that weekend. So this is stitched on 22 count Hardanger called Forbidden Fruit by Colour Cascades. I started this year in January 2020, so I think it was the 15th. And I'll put in a before photo, and this is where I'm up to now. So last time I was just really working on the swells in here. This time I've started to put in her arm. So this is her arm. And I'm loving how the black is looking on this fabric. So that's actually quite a good colour representation of the fabric. So you can see here I've done a lot of the silhouettes and then her arm. It is kind of like a Ty's Island, but I do find sometimes it gets kind of small. I'm used to stitching the small things, so it's good that it's just one colour. It's all black DMC. And actually the coverage isn't too bad on 22 count 1/1. No, I'm actually doing 2/1, so it does get a bit tight, but I think I prefer that coverage. This piece of fabric is a really big piece of fabric, so I'm actually only doing it on half. Okay, so that's why I have it cut across like this. Again, I don't have any plans on finishing this one anytime soon. It's just one that I'll pick up and put down as we work through different projects over the next few years. I do like working on it, but I do get sick of just doing one colour. I have feeling I've been succumbed, and I like working with different colour changes and a lot of confetti. This is the bag that it's in, so it's got the crabs on there, and it's all the indigenous artwork that I bought from, who did I buy this on? This was from the Cricket Crosswing shop. I'll put the name. And so on the front is like a nice pink fabric. So I have two bags from her, and this is one of them. This one also has a zipper pull. Next is New Start. So I've had kind of a New Start bug. I have so many projects that I have already kitted up that I just want to start, and I decided, well, why not? So the first one I started on the 1st of August, and it's in my bag that I got from Sew It All last one, so I did show this last time. I know everyone loves the vinyl fronts. I love these ones. I know you can't see what's inside it, but I love seeing like the different fabrics. And of course on the front we have leaves that kind of look like tulips. We've got Rip Wrap and we've got batiks. So in here I started a very, very, very special project to me. It is such a part of my heart. I had to start it, and starting it on the 1st is very significant for what I am doing this for. So this project is I started on the 1st of August this year. The reason I started this is because I picked this up last year at CC's when I was over there for the Show Me retreat, and it's called Someone We Love by Glendon Place, and it's a limited edition. So our saying says, because someone we love is in heaven, there's a little bit of heaven in our hearts. In our home, or I think I might change it in our hearts, so I don't think in our home. As soon as I saw this, I picked it up and I carried it all the way through the store, everywhere, didn't put it down. When it came, has come with, it's a full kit, so it came with all the beads, it came with the fabric, and it also came with the floss. I decided to exchange out the fabric, so you're going to see a little bit of my haul here. Again, I did a major fabric order, so I really love this project, and it stitches up so quickly. Alright, so this is Someone We Love by Glendon Place. I am stitching it on 28 count ash grey even weave, again from Sew It All, from that large order I did. And all the all the threads here are Dinky Dyes that came with the kit. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that fabric. I thought it just is very similar to what's on the picture. In person, to me, it actually looks really, really blue. But every photo I take of it, it's always grey. Let me see if I can take this off. Yeah, no, it's still really grey. So I'm hoping when it framed, it actually looks like this grey, because I love it. Bother. I love this grey compared to the blue that I'm seeing. But I love this. So I finished the top words, Someone We Love, in the Dinky Dies. I've started to bring the border up and down on the left hand side. I've done the words Is in Heaven. So when I pull this out again, I'm going to come up, and I'm actually going to do this bit here. So I'm going to come up to the top. This is the top, one of the top borders, just a part of it. I've got a bit of border around it, and I'll do the words in here that says Because. Struggle bus today. But yeah, isn't that pretty? This project is really, really special to me. The reason I had to start it on the 1st of August is that was the day that we lost my the person that I love as a grandfather, who helped me inspire my love for cross stitch. So you probably heard me talk about Granddad. He and Nana Schiller. He died on the 1st of August in 2007 from pancreatic cancer, and so I took that hard. I'd also lost a couple of people that year, and as soon as I saw this project. So these are all the Dinky Dye silks. So we have there's about 2, 4, 6 colours. How do you reorganize them back onto these things? I never can get them to actually sit properly. This colour here, where is it? Christmas Bush. This is the colour that the letters are done, and it changes in between that green to that pink. And I just love all the variegation and all the colours in this project. It's so pretty. I also have decided to make some little laminated cards of the cover piece. I don't always have to have the cover out. So if I was working it out and I didn't want to take the main pattern with me, I can just take this. Or I can then magnetize it and have it on the board. This pattern is stunning. All the bits in the border here that I haven't done are all beads. So I have some beading to do as well, which will be so much fun. Just really enjoyed doing this. And yeah, I would like to finish it. I don't know when. Again, I'm not fussed. I'm just going to keep working it as I like to work on it. I'm not stressing myself out about setting a date. But honestly, it was a very quick stitch when I actually started working on it. So that was done in about, what, a week and a half worth of actually putting some effort in. Alright, next new start I did on the 14th of August, which is actually World Cross Stitch Day, and I had a new Haid start. I couldn't help it. I like stitching Haid, so I decided to start a new one. This one is in my, again, I Love You More studio sleeve just for the moment, because I don't keep all the flosses, they're just in my main bag. And this is Lara's birthday sleeve, because purple twins, of course. Any guesses on which one I did start? Because I actually haven't posted it on Instagram for a while. Did you guess? It's probably not going to be one that you think it will be. Now, I know that this fabric is really, really large. And I've just done it in the middle. It fits, and I just couldn't be bothered actually cutting it and then leaving part of it for the bottom. So I started this on the 14th, as I said. I'm stitching it on 25 count, the easy grid, so that's the one that's like 10 by 10 box. And I started Mini Soaring Free by Joan Marie, charted by Heaven Left Designs. And actually, if I put my hand there, you can actually see where I'm up to. And I've actually done 6% of this pattern, so it's not overly huge compared to the others. And there's a whole heap of white stitches, pale pinks and peaches. So I've actually done about 4,000 stitches here. 4,200. So if I come in close, you can see all these up here are white stitches, and I've just kind of decided to pick a colour and just rolled with it. So in this top section, a lot of it is like block colours of all the pastels. So I just picked one colour, kept stitching all of it in that area, picked a colour, kept stitching. Haven't gone by pages because I actually am over 2 pages. This is into the next one. And my God, Pattern Keeper is amazing. telling you that now. So if I didn't have Pattern Keeper, this would be harder to actually to do, because you wouldn't have been able to just go over to the pages and just be stuck with those lines. So yeah, no, I spent probably about a month working on this, but I didn't stitch for like the last week or so before I just kept it on my frame, and I just pick it up, choose a colour, keep going, pick it up, choose a colour, keep going. Yeah, so it fits on here. So again, it's probably going to come down to about here. It's not an overly large one. As I said, we are sitting on about 6% so far, so not bad. And I like how the colours are all blending in. Alright, 2 more. Then we're nearly on to like the next part of the video. Told you it was going to be a long one. Alright, so this one is also in my bag from Silk Sew. This is my Harry Potter bag. Alright? That might give you a bit of a theme. So, I decided to do a couple more new starts. So this one is, again, another new start. I started this one on the 12th of September this year. And I actually started with my best friend, Chloe. So because Chloe, it's her birthday month, we're doing a whole heap of starts. She's calling it Start September. Check her out here. She's done quite a few already. I think she started the Lion King and then a Bothy Threads kit. And then we decided to start this one together. So this one here is, of course, a Harry Potter theme one. And it's the Ravenclaw emblem by DMX Stitch on Etsy. I'll have all the details below. It's designed by someone who I can't say the name. And this is where I'm up to. I'm stitching this on 32 count even weave called Blue Clouds. Again from Sew It All. And I've been able to put in 1,000 stitches onto her so far. I love how those browns are popping up against the fabric. It just really is so pretty. I actually do have a cover photo, again, because I've done a whole heap of laminating. So let's get coordination here. This is what it's going to look like. We thought putting it on like a light blue fabric would help against the blues. And I've just been working on the body of the eagle and going from there. So I've done a bit of back stitch, but oh my god, the blends in this project. There are so many blends. But if I bring it in close, blends are amazing. They show up so well and bring in so much detail to this project. I've been using thread drops and I've been creating blends as I've come along to them. This is how many blends I have so far. I haven't done all the blends out yet, but there's about 15 of them. So all of these different tags are different blends. So there's brown blends, there's blue blends. Sometimes they're in half stitch, sometimes they're as a full stitch. They're just amazing. But isn't that pretty? This was actually a really quick stitch. I did this within a week. I couldn't believe it. I stitched this about 1,000 stitches in about a week, week and a half, like 2 weekends. And it's so gorgeous. Loving it so much. So what I've been doing is when I've been doing my new starts, for these ones here at the moment, I'm putting in about 1,000 stitches, whole stitches in total. So if there were any half stitches, I would have done like 2,000 half stitches, or a mix of the two. And then I'm moving on to a new project. So for that one there, I've already done my 2,000 half stitches. No, not 2,000. Sorry, I've already done my 1,000 stitches. So I then moved on and I actually started a new one. So again, I'm still keeping it in the same bag. I'll probably keep all of these from this particular designer in this one bag because the bag is huge. And I started this actually on the weekends because I got to catch up with Chloe. It's amazing. So this one here is, again, from the same designer. Still got a mountain of blends. And it's the Slytherin emblem because that was the one that Chloe was going to do. And for some reason she called it a danger noodle. Still hasn't really caught me why she's called it a danger noodle. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to stitch my danger needle nets. I'm like, huh? What? Just completely skipped my knowledge. Even though I teach teenagers, I just didn't get it. So this is the Slytherin emblem, again by the same designer. I started this on the 18th of this month, so September. So again, this is being stitched on 32 count. This time it's called Springtime by Emily. Again, by Sew It All. So this is the same haul that I got from that fabric. And this is where I'm up to. So I've started, both of these started in the middle. A whole heap here are all half stitches. I've done most of the half stitch. There's a couple of white stitches floated through that I haven't done yet. And I've started to head up to do the body of the snake. So I just like how this faint green, oh that's better, the faint green works. And I think this will work really well for this project. So I started on the 18th of this month and Chloe started a day later. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, so I like the 3D effect of the stitches against the half stitches. I think it's really pretty. I'm sitting about 500 stitches on this, so I'll do another 500 and then I will work on and figure out what else to start. I have a whole pile. So that's what I'm going to continue working on. So that's the plans, is I'll continue working on the Slytherin, and then from there, I'm not sure what I start. Depends what Chloe may start. I may start something the same, or I might change and do something different. Who knows? That's all of my projects that I've worked on. So I've had one finish, I've worked on 2 whips, and I've started 3 things. Technically 4 because I started the Frogwatts, but I finished that. So 3 things, and I've got plenty more that I'm going to come up and start. So let's head into stash. So what's arrived in the last 2 months? A lot. So you've probably seen actually most of it. I did say in the last video that I bought a whole heap of fabrics from Sew It All, and from there I've actually shown you quite a few. So I showed you the one from Frogwatts, and then the 3 new starts that I've had. So Someone We Love, the 2 emblems have also been on those fabrics. But yeah, we'll go from there. So I decided, everyone else has been showing how they've been putting needle minders onto like whiteboards and onto boards. So I actually went to Officeworks, which is our Office Depot type of thing, and I bought myself a whiteboard and I put all my needle minders onto here. I think I need a new board, so if I buy any more needle minders, I kind of put them there. But these are the ones I have. Some of them I have myself, some of them I was given, some of them I was bought. So pretty. So I really love this board and I will be using it. Last video I showed that I won this as a floss buddy from Bags Plus. What you don't realise now is I've put all of my colours for my 20-sided die in here. So I bought all the DMC, just brand new ones, all been scanned and put in here. I do have the missing colour here and over here now. I just actually need to wind it up. So that's all done. I just need to do those last couple, put them in. Chloe was lucky enough and lovely enough to give me one of these hummingbirds as a thread cutter and needle, as a threader and a cutter. So I'll use that one day soon and I'll put that somewhere. When I went and bought those variegated flosses from the quilt store, I also bought this one here, which is a Cottage Garden thread. It's called Moonstone, and I bought this to use to stitch up When Cats Would Lie, to use it as the main colour of the cat, because my cat Nala is not black, she's a ginger and white, and this reminds me of her, so I thought to use that instead. I bought a pack of those, what do you call them, the thread things that you screw together. You put your flosses on, so they work so much better I find than the clippy ones. So I've been using those and they're really, really handy. Then from Frogwatts, so I got my Frogwatts box obviously, and then from part of that there was different businesses that were offering different opportunities to buy things throughout the whole retreat, and I did a little bit of damage. So I bought 3 bags from Judy's Bags, And she's also got a Facebook group on Facebook, and I had to buy 3. So we'll start with this one here. These, I have a couple of her bags from last year and they're just amazing. So got the houses here, got stained glass windows, we've got the button and it opens up, and at the inside we've just got these swirly beige colour, and you can fit so much into this project bag, so much. This is the back, the big one, that's the back. I love her bags. I even love it when she did, because at the Show Me Retreat last year she had a couple of the zip up bags as well, and they were really good too. But yeah, that's that one. So this is the Hogwarts. I need to probably find another Hogwarts pattern to put into there, maybe. And because shipping is interesting coming to Australia, I bought a couple of other bags at the same time. I've been eyeing off this one, and this is the teacups. Look at all the teacups, aren't they pretty? Oh, gorgeous. And on the front of this one we have a pink button, and on the inside we've got this nice baby pink with little flowers on there. So pretty. Love her bags. Will never not recommend her bags. And then the last one is this multicolour purple swirly. Isn't that fun? Look at that fabric. And you've actually got some gold thread coming. Oops, sorry. Like the gold, they've got that gold thread coming through here. Got a purple button, of course. And purple on the inside. Can't you tell my favourite colour is purple? Aren't they good? Gorgeous. And now, because everyone keeps showing bags on their floss tubes and been doing whip parades and showing, oh, this is now in this bag, or this is now in this bag. I've kind of gone on a bag buying frenzy. Stop showing me your bags. I want to buy them all. Because Judy is such a sweetie, she also included a thread bed. So it's got felt on this side, so you can just put your threads on there. It Velcro's closed, and the backing for this one is Harry Potter. So we've got Luna, Harry, yeah. So that's DA, Dumbledore's Army, or the Defence Association. So that was most of the haul that I have that was left from buying from Frogwash. When Janet JK Cross Stitching, she's a Facebook group for Aussie stitchers. So if you're in Aussie and you wanting to get supplies, she gets floss easily, and oftentimes she does fabrics out like clearance, basically weird shapes and weird sizes. So I got this one, which is a, no, it's upside down for you so you can't read anyway, 25 count 27 by 20 piece. So I know that one of my heights I have will go on there. Then I have 2 fabric seconds, well not always seconds, but fabrics from Crafty Kitten. So, which is the first one? This one. This one is the smaller piece. It's a 13 by 18. It's called Sparkly Diamonds. And it's like a nice lilac-y pink colour with some hints of blues in there, I think. That's really pretty. I love that. So pretty. I love how she serges and goes around the edges. If you dye fabric, please do that, because all the ones that, while I love buying from Sew It all the ones I bought from there are not edged. So I had to get the sewing machine out, and I can never get it properly so it doesn't affect the weave. So that's that one. And then these ones you can see are all sewn around the edge. Yeah, just a nice pale pinky purple. And then this one is called Sunlit Water. And it's a bigger piece. This is a 18 by 27. That one there was 28 count. This one's actually 32 count. And you can tell this is why it's a second, because I've got some areas where the dye actually hasn't hit. I love this. I love her fabrics. I've been getting a couple, just jumping and getting a couple of seconds. You kind of see what's happening. It's like a real bluey, it's more blue than what you can see. The colour's been quite washed out on the camera there at the moment. Let's see. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's more of the colours. It's like a bluey purple. Yeah, I'm getting quite a stash from her at the moment and really enjoying those. I can't remember if it's, I think it's Murano or Lugano, I can't remember what actual dye, like type of fabric, but it's really pretty. Then Aldi, which is kind of like a supermarket store in Aussie. It's a German brand. They do like general like foodwares and sells, but in the middle they always have special buys that you can buy along the middle of their aisles. It could be homeware, it could be appliances. I've bought a guillotine from there for school. Yeah, they do different random specials. About 2 weeks ago, one special they did was actually some cross stitch kits. They had big kits as well that came with like all your fabric, your floss, a hoop as well to finish it with, the pattern. They came about in kits about this big. I saw some of them there, but they weren't really what I wanted to stitch. But they had a Disney section, and they had Disney patterns. I bought 2. I also bought some for Chloe, and she now has them too. But yeah. So these are kits. So they're a full kit. They have a 6-inch embroidery hoop. They come with fabric, which I'll probably exchange out. They come with a needle, come with all the threads and the design and instructions. And the first one I bought was Faith, Trust and Pixie Dust. I noticed from some of the groups I've been on that there are some fractional stitches within these as well. So it's probably not a very beginner level, but it's still probably achievable. So that's this one here. The other one I bought, again, is also a beginner. Came with all the same thing. So the hoop, the floss, the fabric. I'd probably exchange it out. And this one is practically perfect in every way. So of course that links back to Mary Poppins. And these are really pretty. I haven't actually opened them yet. I'll probably open them one day soon. But again, 6 inches. That's probably, what's it, this big or so? So it's not really, really big. Can't wait to work on those. Nice sturdy containers. They also had a Peter Pan one that said never grow up, and a true like general characters. So they had Minnie and Mickey. They weren't really my thing. These two are my favourites, so that's why I picked them up. And I also picked up ones from Chloe. They also were selling fabric, like fat quarters of fabric. So not stitching fabric, but finishing fabric. Yeah, so this is a wad of fabrics, and they had for different themes. So this theme was all about Winnie the Pooh. So let's get in close. We've got Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore. See if we can bring them down. We've got Eeyore, we've got Piglet, we've got Tigger. We've got one that's like a silhouette. This one here has all got Pooh Bears on there. And the one on the back has Honey. So I thought they'd be good as like little pin cushions, or put them behind different backings, or if I ever learn how to do English paper piercing, I could do that. This one is all about Minnie Mouse. So look how bright and happy that first one is. Going in there we have the Minnie heads and stars. I've got some coloured Minnie heads. Some pink bows. And on the back, rainbows and Minnie. I'm going to have an avalanche over here soon, so just be aware of that. And then the last one is, again, fat quarters. It's all got little different characters. So we've got 101 Dalmatians, got Bambi's, Aristocats, and then the Lion King. So on the front for this one we have Thumper. Bambi's probably one of my favourite Disney movies. He's just the best. We have the Dalmatians. So I think that one there we actually have is Lucky. Then we just have a nice fabric in the middle that's like different leaves and things. Which is quite pretty, pale pink. Then we have Marie from the Aristocats. And on the back course, is The Lion King. We have Nala and Simba. You know, I had to get some of those fabrics for someone else as well. So that's the majority of the stash. Then this kind of comes into half stash, half plans, because the stash I bought kind of links into plans. So most of these are all from Sew It All Australia. Again, all the fabrics. This is the same fabric that I stitched Frogwoods on. It's the Iced Coffee 32 count. It's a really big piece because I can now fit all the remaining 6 years onto the one piece of fabric, and then of course I'll cut them out and they'll be finished individually. But they all fit on this one piece of fabric, so that's good. I don't have to keep buying fabric. From there, this one is a plain 36 count white, and it is going to be 50 by 90 centimeters. And I'm going to stitch Anzac on here. So this is Anzac, will be Anzac by London Samplers. That's where the Silk's View is from, so I've already put that in together. I just need to get some courage up and do a very, very pale tea dye, because I don't want it really bright like this, but I don't want really dark. So I just want to do like a very, just going to brew up some tea, make it quite weak, and just do like a very faint tan. So not a lot. So not probably as dark as like the iced coffee, but like in between. This one is also again 36 count. It's a bigger piece, and this one is got my Silks For You silk again in there, and I'm going to be doing the Pandemic. So that was released for free for a week by London Samplers. Because of COVID, they released it. Was supposed to be next year's. And no one's showing the pattern. If you want the pattern, you have to go and buy it now. And I'm going to start this, and I'm going to do it over 2 on 36 count. So I'm not going to do it over 1. Oh god, my brain, my eyes, not going to work. This one here is called Tea Rose, and we're going to be using it for the Gryffindor house emblem. I do have a photo of that somewhere. Hang on. Here you go, there's the Gryffindor one. So we're going to be doing him on here. My mistake though when I ordered is I actually ordered this on 28 count instead of 32. So we're just going to have one that's slightly bigger. Won't matter that much. For those who are looking to see what Anzac, that's a photo of Anzac. And then this one here is a photo of Pandemic. Now these are all different seasonal kits that I'm going to start. So these are all on the plans to be starting soon. I just need to find fabric for Hufflepuff. I have an idea, I just actually need to put it out with the same and get the others at the same time. Now I've had these for a while. These are the Dinky Dyes samplers, seasonal samplers. So this one is Spring Heart Sampler, and I was trying to find what fabric to do, and in the end I decided to get 28 count kelp and like a nice green, because these colours actually pop on that green. Other than, I think the metallic might blend in slightly, but I think it'll be enough to be able to see. I mean, the metallic is not major bands of it just kind of spread through, so I think it'll still be fine. That's that one. Then I also have the Autumn Fire sampler by Dinky Dyes. I again have the silk pack. And for this one, again, keeping it all on 28 count. This one is actually called Cafe Latte. Still all from Sew It All. Because I think of autumn as like leaves and falling leaves. This is what I'm doing for autumn. Again, these colours are going to pop on that fabric. So that's that one. I do already have spring and summer and winter set up, so that's summer, summer and it's on like this one here, so those colours all pop. That's all kitted up and ready to go. Just need to decide when to start, so maybe once I do one of these I'll start it. These might only get like 500 stitches because there's a lot of like bands and things on it. And then this one is Winter, and I'm doing it on Silver Springs. So there are all the fabrics that I've got so far and that I've received and that have come in the mail. You might notice that something is missing in like haul, especially with doing fabrics. I decided to cancel my monthly fabric subscription to Colour Cascades. I was waiting over 6 months for some fabrics to come in, and I wasn't pleased with communicating and things from there, talking to Tammy about what's happening. So I cancelled it and I got refunds back for the fabrics that I had paid for. So the last fabric of the month I got from her was in February, which actually arrived in March. Then I know COVID happened, okay, I understand that there's supply issues with COVID, but I was still able to get fabric from the UK, and I had no fabric from her for 6 months. I know we're in Australia, but that's a bit much. So I'm not going to go into too much about it, but I wasn't pleased, and so I just cancelled. And if I buy fabric from her, I'll only ever buy it if it's in stock. I'm not going to wait and buy hand dyed from her. I'll only buy her hand dyed like if it's the seconds or like the, like, you know, that studio sessions. But I'm not going to go back into the monthly at the moment unless she can promise that it's going to be here each month and monthly, not every 2 months, every 3 to 6 months. I can't do it. I can't. So you won't be seeing any monthly fabrics coming from me at the moment. I'm hoping to maybe look into for the new year starting with a new, maybe a different designer or a different company. But there's not many in Australia that actually do their own fabrics. My friend Amy has been starting to dye some fabrics herself, and I've seen some of those and it's amazing. But I don't know. So if you are maybe in Australia or even anywhere in the world and you have a monthly fabric subscription to a different company, who do you subscribe to? Like, who's the best? Like, what are you enjoying? Let me know down in the comments, because I would love to find someone new to try out. I do have a lot of fabric stash already, but yeah, I'd like to keep working with that, but I've just stopped from Colour Cascades. So plans, gonna start everything. So I'm gonna continue working on the Slytherin whip. I'm gonna do another 500 to 600 stitches on there, depending whether they're whole stitches or half stitches. Then I'll look through, maybe spin. I do have a wheel already sorted, and I'll spin the wheel to find out what else to start. I know I've got some plans to start a couple of Mirabelle that's coming up soon. Again, all the things I've just shown you there, they're all ready to start. I just need to gain the courage and figure out how to cut the skeins of silk, because that is daunting to me, and I've watched the video but I still don't want to cut it. I do have a yarn ball winder thing, so I'm thinking maybe winding them into a ball. It's scary. It's scary. Especially for the ones that are really, really variegated. Coming up, I have a couple of different plans of videos coming up soon. I have this pile of Mirabilias that I'd like to start, but I don't know what fabric to use. So I thought one of my upcoming videos I might do a collab with Chloe if she'd like to jump on board, and go through some of my fabric stash and see if we can like do a kit up fabrics with me. Would you like to see that? So these are some ones I want to start soon. So I've got Snapdragon, Elizabeth. I'm going to be starting this on the 7th or 8th of November with Vicky from Radiant Stitching. I'm going to start Zelina for my birthday in November, so that'll be the 19th of November. So if anyone else would like to start a mirror with me then, let me know. I'd like to start Sabrina. Of course, the Butterfly Fairy. by Nora Corbett that I was lucky enough to get 2 years ago. And then Veronica. So they're all lovely ladies, and I would like to start them. So I'd like to find some fabric for them. I'd also like to start plum pudding, so I need to find some fabric. I will need to talk to Janet, see if I can get the silk pack of the Dinky Dies, because I would love to use the Dinky Dies. I know that I'm going to start Ink Circles Rosetta. I am going to be restarting my Once Upon a Time books from Amy Stewart. And I'm also going to start, that's upside down. Sorry. I'm also going to start the Once Upon a Time Fairy Tale, which I have fabric for. I have a lot to do, so I think it's going to be 1,000 stitches, 1,000 stitches, move on, 1,000, move on, 1,000, move on, because I've got so many things I want to start, and I might be going in multiple project bags because I don't have that many project bags. Knitting, I have done a bit of knitting. It's still in the other room. I've only done like one more lace repeat since I last showed you. I'll bring and show you to that next time. I have bought a couple of advent calendars for this year for Christmas that I can't wait to show you and open. And I also bought a Halloween one for next year. Dangerous. Michelle, completely all your fault. Completely all your fault. One last thing is that following up from last video I said that I was celebrating that it's been 3 years on FlossTube for me, and how much I really appreciate everyone who does comment and has subscribed to my channel throughout these years, whether you had just joined or if you were continuing subscriber, even though that my videos aren't as regular as they should be. So for that I was doing a giveaway. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the entrance to the giveaway. So I didn't have to delete anyone's comments because you all followed the rules exactly, which was really, really great. And the giveaway that I'm doing was a gift certificate. Because I'm thinking COVID at the moment, trying to post things at the moment is just a bit horrendous. So I thought doing a gift certificate means anywhere in the world you can join in. So what I had done is I kind of set a goal mark and then kind of use some conversions. So anyone who's in Australia, New Zealand or in Canada, our exchange rates are all around about the same. So I was saying $75 to where you want to, whether it was a store in Australia or if it was a store, if you had one in Canada or one in New Zealand. If you wanted to use it in US dollars, I'd give you the gift certificate in US dollars. So if you're in the US, I'd say $50 was going to be the gift certificate, or the UK it was $40. Just because they all, when you convert back into Australian, are around the same amount. I had 26 people enter in the giveaway, and the term that you put in was you had to tell me something that was on your wish list. And oh my god, everyone, what you put in wish list, my wish list has grown. And there's going to be a lot more things that I need to buy. So, who wants to draw the giveaway? What we're going to do is I've put all of the people's names into the wheel. Let's see if I can bring the brightness down slightly. So all your names are on my wheel. And this is the Tiny Decisions app. I'm going to record it to see. Alright, so we're about to spin the wheel. Okay, I'm going to show it here. I'm also going to see if I can put in a screenshot so you can see what's in the wheel. And ready to go. So, 3 years. We have Bronwyn. Alright, is that how you say your name? I know she's been commenting on all my videos all the way through as I've been filming. So, I will comment on your comment from last video, and I hope that you also comment below so that I can get in contact with you. I'll make sure that I put my email down there and that we can talk about where you like it to be. Because I'm not sure if whether you're in Australia or whereabouts in the world you are. But congratulations, that's so exciting. I can't always do giveaways like this, but I really wanted to do something for 3 years because I thought that was amazing. Yeah, so congratulations. I know we'll get in contact. But that's all I have to show you. That's a lot. Okay, I know this is going to be a long video. I now kind of need to clean up this space because I need this desk ready for tomorrow to do some phone interviews with school. But I do have some extra videos ideas in the future of what other videos to do. I'd like to do some more collab videos with Chloe. Like, we really enjoy filming together and we just bounce off each other so much. So I'm thinking we've got a couple of tags we might like to do, and do this one about the planning. I like to get back into do some Stitch With Me videos, so see if I can get that set up. I've got another different device so I can actually film that. I'd also like to try and figure out and sort out a filming section, some Bobbin Lace With Me videos. I've still been doing my Bobbin Lace, so each Tuesday night I go to my teacher and I do some amazing work. That's out at the moment. I've just finished a new project, so I will show you that probably next time, because I'm starting a fan. So one of those lovely fans that you see people do. I'm scared. It's going to be pretty, but I'm scared. So I'm starting that soon. Can't wait. But yeah, no, so I have a lot of things planned, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. And again, thank you to everyone who's been with me for 3 years. Bronwyn, please make sure that you contact me and we get that conversation going about where you'd like your gift certificate to. Thank you for chatting with me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I love all your comments, and I have made sure to go back through and read them. Might take me a while to answer them, but I love talking with you and gathering that discussion. And I'll talk to you soon. And there might be something else coming up soon too. You might just have to sit there and wait out and figure out what it is. But yeah, love you and leave you. Have a lovely month. I hope to be back soon, especially now we're coming into holidays. I have some things to do. And just stay safe, stay healthy. Love you all.